I would just like to point out that what I am calling cherry tomatoes is not just one variety of tomatoes. I think we tried to sprout seeds of like 12 or 14 varieties, and we got like 7 or 8. Like these ones that have the point at the tip have such a thick skin that if they put them in your salad, you would like gag and spit them out. And I think somebody made a mistake or something while making your salad. And like some of them, like this one, have these stripes and like a hair growing out of the bottom. Others have the stripes and do not have that hair. Some are bright red and have that point. Some are bright red and completely round without the point. Look at this. I'm not exactly sure like how many different varieties of cherry tomatoes there are here. But this one is, by the way, an underripe green one. But there are a lot of them. Like a lot of them. And I think like none of them are like the same varieties that you would buy at the store if you bought what is called cherry tomatoes at a store. So, as you can see, there's a pumpkin growing in my chain link fence. See that? And oddly enough, it's growing exactly where a pumpkin grew in my chain link fence last year.
Yeah.
But this year, the tomatoes decided to copy the pumpkin, and there are also tomatoes growing in my chain link fence. Not just one, in fact, but several. And they're, as my boyfriend described them, really in there. Our plan is to wait for them to ripen and then cut them out.
No.
Right when we were about to cook them.
Galvanized chain link metal all over the tomato. You just gotta slice it out while they're green like this.
I think it would be better to wait for them to ripen. You could like cut away the parts that touch the galvanized metal. I don't know. Look at this. Tomatoes growing in the fence. And a pumpkin growing in the fence. I'm not sure how I feel about this. I think I'm a little bit in the fence about whether or not it's a good thing. And here are our tomatillos, or some of our tomatillos. They didn't get very big. Look. They're like the size of like tiny cherry tomatoes. At least we got tomatillos though. And for some reason, this plant just died. Like totally died. My friend gave it to me and it died. I have no idea what happened. Maybe someone's dog pissed in it. Anyway, these are the tomatoes that my boyfriend planted in this raised bed that, as you can see, is kind of like in the road.
Mm-hmm.
And he has given these tomatoes away to neighbors and even our DoorDash delivery people. One lady was like really, really impressed that he gave her some green tomatoes. I guess she's going to make fried green tomatoes. The snails also really love them. Look, it's a petit gris snail. Come over here and get a video of the petit gris snail. Because in America they consider these to be a major garden pest, but in France and Greece and other countries they're a delicacy. No, I'm kidding. You have to cook them before you eat them. When it gets bigger, I'll collect it again and eat it. Anyway, I think my food might be like boiling, so I have to actually take the little green tops off of these tomatoes and put them in the food that I'm cooking for, what is it, late lunch, early dinner?
Late.
We don't eat at specified times, we just eat whenever we're hungry.
Yeah.
I would just like to point out that what I am calling cherry tomatoes is not just one variety of tomatoes. I think we tried to sprout seeds of like 12 or 14 varieties, and we got like 7 or 8. Like these ones that have the point at the tip have such a thick skin that if they put them in your salad, you would like gag and spit them out and think somebody made a mistake or something while making your salad. And like some of them, like this one, have these stripes and like a hair growing out of the bottom. Others have the stripes and do not have that hair. Some are bright red and have that point. Some are bright red and completely round without the point. Look at this. I'm not exactly sure like how many different varieties of cherry tomatoes there are here. But this one is, by the way, an underripe green one. But there are a lot of them. Like a lot of them. And I think like none of them are like the same varieties that you would buy at the store if you bought what is called cherry tomatoes at a store. Yeah, this type of cherry tomato is much better when cooked. As you can see, I cooked 2 dishes. One of them is a shrimp dish, and I did not peel the cherry tomatoes, which would be too annoying. Nor did I peel the shrimp, which I normally would do, but I didn't do because as I was opening the bag, it exploded, basically. And half of it got eaten by my cats, and the rest got immediately dumped into the frying pan without being peeled. And there's the second dish I made. Look at that. Look at those beautiful glass noodles with julienne, roasted carrots and celery, and these tiny little cherry tomatoes. And as you can see, the thick skin varieties still have quite the thick skin on them. Some people who can't chew very well, like me, might end up actually spitting out the skins instead of eating them. Anyway, before I end this video, I just want to say one thing about the corn in my last dish. One of the only, in fact, probably the only good thing that happened to me because of the COVID-19 pandemic is that when I got the most recent strain of COVID, I have talked about this in previous videos and even recorded a video about it I didn't publish, but I'm going to really quickly tell you this story because this is like amazing and weird. I lost my sense of smell and realized I couldn't smell flowers that used to smell really strongly to me and also make me have an allergic reaction. So I tried eating foods I'm allergic to, like corn and foods with gluten. I was diagnosed with a corn and gluten allergy when I was 14 after becoming allergic to them when I was 12. So I decided to try small amounts of corn and gluten, and I found out that I am still as allergic to gluten as I was when I was 12, but I'm no longer allergic to corn at all. So COVID did something to my immune system, or I guess the most recent strain. Apparently Omicron did something to my immune system, which made me not able to smell flowers that I'm allergic to, and not have an allergic reaction to the pollen I can no longer smell, and not have an allergic reaction to corn, which I can now eat, but which I can not taste, but I'm still allergic to gluten. So with that said, I'm going to eat this gluten-free, corn-free second dish. But yeah, look at that. Look at the difference in how these tomatoes cooked. Like, this variety, the skins are just like falling off the tomato and so soft that you won't even notice you're chewing skins. These are either going to be tough to chew or so tough they're like unchewable, you'll have to spit them out. It's because they're heirloom varieties of tomatoes bred before they bred out undesirable qualities like extremely thick skins or very tiny fruits. Anyway, isn't that cool? I'll put my recipes for these simple dishes that I cooked really, really quickly with mostly free ingredients for my family to eat for dinner, but I just wanted to show you my awesome cherry tomatoes, and we save seeds for these every year. These are grown from seed from ones we grew last year that we saved the seeds from for the most part. Thank you for watching this video. Please like this video, share this video, watch my other videos, subscribe to my channels, and bye people. I'm going to end this video by waving goodbye with my interesting looking hand. Look at that. Look how much my fingers are twisting compared to how much they were twisting a few years ago. And how much my veins are bulging. Crazy, huh? Hi, people.